Hello everybody. I'm waiting for the damn game to go. Say hello to everybody quickly. Hold on. Hello Bacons. Hello Haddock. Hello Steven. Trying to make sure. Hello Minsu. Hello Void. Hello Lucifer. Hello. Hopefully you guys are doing well. We're gonna be doing some practice today. I have now learned that you all hate me. Everyone said, oh, try new games. I play a new game, and everyone's upset at me for it. So, either I've been lied to, or you all hate me. Do I know what time it is? 8 o'clock. I've had a headache all day, and my flight got canceled today. So, yeah. It's late. I got nothing to say there. Can I play Hypixel tomorrow if you want? Possibly. I was originally going to be today. I just have too much of a headache to try and do any kind of competitive game. Made a new Harry Potter spell. Interesting. What are we playing today? What's the point of a title? Manhunt Practice. We're going to do some Manhunt Practice. We're just basically going to get used to just running a bunch of worlds, just seeing how far we can get before we die kind of thing. That's all. Lava here is useful. No trees, though. Single tree. Hello, Bite. How are you doing today? What game did I play? We were playing Overwatch. Haven't been here for a while? You're fine. I do see the number. Oh, this is a problem. No sand? Wow, that's it? I can't get out of this. I'm gonna tell you no to this only because I don't want to start in Miami. I am not doing that flight, or that drive again.
Out is...
Tampa.
Yeah, and it's like a 28-year-old ship.
Alright, we'll see. 2 speedrunners, 6 hunters. I got no hunters today. Bad spawn. Haven't been here in a while because of school. No worries, Neptune. How are you doing today? Welcome in. I have the origin grass now. Let's go. Let's go. That's not how that works, SCP. Yeah, that's not how that works. That's not what that does. Just because you have 4,500 does not mean I add you on Discord. That's not how that one works. If you use !Discord, it'll give you a Discord link. I recommend you save that link and join the server that way. Once you do that, you get to join our Discord server. And hopefully soon, I will sit in there and play games. I just have not had time because I've been visiting family. I actually was going to sit in there and play Overwatch the one day with Eclipse or play Hearthstone, but yeah. Just a reminder, if anybody else uses that link and you did not get it yourself, you will be kicked from the server. Just so you guys are aware. We already had to do that to somebody. The reason we do this is so that you have to be a member of the community. After a certain point, you get access to the Discord. That's all it is. Why do I keep on going on different ones? Because there's nothing in the world to actually run with. So there are certain things you want to look for, like a village or something to give you like some kind of edge. When I'm doing the manhunt with people, I don't have the luxury of respawning 1,000 times. But for practice, it's what you want. So that's all. Bite, there's a 5-minute timer on it. Sorry, I couldn't watch your stream. It's fine. It's fine. I know I'm not entertaining. Yeah, we have everybody ready to like remove anybody who's not supposed to, but yeah. There's a village right there with a blacksmith. Let's go. I am the main character. I hope you're right, Minsu. I don't want to be the main character. 2 blacksmiths. All right. Looks like a box with eyes and a mouth. Because he's a creeper. Based in a game made of blocks. It's kind of important. Alright, let's see what we get through here. Okay, we could just go to the nether. Okay. That poor golem is going to drown. Oh no. You're asking too many questions of me right now. Do I have the Essentials mod? Nope, never gonna use it.
I'm annoying.
Not that you're annoying me. Just I have to keep looking over to see what you're showing me. I think he's supposed to have bad posture. What? He's not. He's fine. Do I do multiplayer Minecraft? Yes. I gotta remember. What am I doing? I just need stone. What am I doing? That's not how it works, SCP. Oh, I can turn off that time run Nightbot. I knew I forgot to do something. Hello, Mr. Puffer Guy. How are you doing today? Let me quickly turn off my timer that keeps going off. That, we don't need that anymore. That so I can see if something gets held. Hopefully, what's the command to shop? The shop is literally to tell people what the commands we have active are right now. So that's it. That's all it is for in the moment. I know it seems a little redundant, but it's easier for me to just give people a command that tells you what each command we already have is. So yeah. Can you tell me then? What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean, SCP? What do you mean? I feel like I missed something. What do you mean? Like what? What do you mean like what? Hello, PB and Jelly. What do you mean, what command? You use the shop command and it tells you what commands we actively have active. What part of that doesn't make sense? Explain to me so I can explain it to you. I, again, apologize, guys. I have a very bad headache right now, so... Am I practicing? Yes. Yes, I am. We could just go to the nether if I just go kill the iron golem at the bottom of the ocean. Or the bottom of the water. I want to go over to the shop so I can see the commands so I can use them later. You used it. That's what it is. Shop has Nightbot pop up and tell you guys what it is. Headaches are the worst? Yes. Yes, they are. You guys also can't spam the command. It will not let you go. There's a 2-minute timer on it so people don't spam it. It did before I watched it pop up. Alright, give me a second. Give me a second, I will check in a second. I swear, I can never... I'm checking Nightbot's history. That was the wrong thing. Checking his history. Is he just really not going off? Is he really being that dumb right now? God, these people question why I don't use this thing anymore. The problem is Nightbot works for both.
I know.
That's all it is.
I know.
I also don't like Moobot. Yeah, I also just don't like Moobot. But that's me.
Can I pin that?
Yeah, you can pin that if you want. Hey, SCP, can you quickly answer one quick question for me? While I, subscribe to you so I get notification when you go live. Well, thank you, Luan.
Okay.
So dumb. What's your name on Discord? There, I pinned it. It's not you, it's just you'd think things would just work. It's the night. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure. Just had to make sure. I see Infinite starts playing Minecraft as soon as I start playing Minecraft. I understand. Okay. Stop giving me notifications for your lives even though I'm sub with notifications on. Only Twitch notifies me. I'm sorry. I wish I could say that it, like, made sense. It just doesn't. Guys, I spawned next to this cool little guy. His name's Happy Gas. I'm gonna go put him in the... Go help him quickly. I'm gonna go help him. Help. He'll be okay in there. I'm trying to view my gunpowder. I'm trying to use a calculator to see how long it'll take. Like I said, it'll take some time. I don't know what's going on with it. Need cookie. Also, for some reason, Nightbot's messages are invisible for me. I have no idea why he would be that way. Give me notification. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. By the way, guys, if I missed any messages, feel free to repost them so I can see them. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, how bad is my spawn? No structures in sight. That's a shame. Okay. Let's grab me some netherrack. Made on YouTube. Let's go. Stuff in the nether can kill you instantly. Why would I be afraid of that? Nether's not that scary. I got pants on. I could take on the world. Bedrock or Java? Java. It says so in the title. Yeah, I mainly only play Java. I don't really enjoy Bug Rock enough. If Bug Rock worked properly, I'd probably be playing it more. I do agree with everybody saying that, you know, it's much more accessible for people, but I just wish the game just worked properly. Imagine you're bridging in a gas spawns. I mean, sure. That's happened to me thousands of times, so it's not really that worrisome. Just speed bridge. Or build out of a material that they can't blow up, like blackstone, which you can get in the nether. Or cobblestone, which every player should have. Bastion? No, fortress. Okay. Gotta remember. Better be afraid of me because I have 3 cats. Sorry, try again. Creeps isn't afraid of cats. He's too strong. Probably from all his time in the end, he's not really afraid of it. Not really afraid of cats anymore. I mean, dogs don't really scare creeps either. Don't know. I don't know what to tell you there. Other one is on steroids, basically. I mean, it's fair. Don't have enough blocks to get to where I want to go, so. It's gonna be very annoying to go where I want to go. One is true and the other one's on steroids. You meant chill. Steroids and chill are kind of the opposite of what you meant. Those things do not equal the same in any capacity. Hello, Sealtastic. How are you doing today? Chill, the other one's on steroids? Gotcha. Hello, Just Rando. How are you doing today? Hello. I still cannot read that name. Hello. And hello, Killer Block. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Okay. Oh no, we shouldn't need any more blocks. We should be able to get there. Best of luck and blessings. We're all together and we're living in the 20s. Salutation to a brand new era. My condolences. Ain't that a kick in the head? What the? What just happened, Just Rando? Are you alright? I forgot that this biome randomly has like radiation ticking in it. Every time I hear it, I think it's like something in my texture pack, and it's not. Got it. Green Day, I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not recognize any of it when I was reading it. I have to skip this song. Wild that I didn't update the rest of that, but whatever. Take what we can get there. I have to go. No worries, SCP. Have a good one. Play Poppy Playtime? I have no interest in it. Yeah, it was just a game I never really had any interest in. Like, I had an interest in, like, Bendy and the Ink Machine. I had interest in... What was the other one that came out? That was like them. Because, like, I know that, like, Five Nights at Freddy's had, like... What was the fucking one called with Rockstar Freddy? I can't remember the hell their names anymore. Yeah, Security Breach. Like, I know there were other things that came in that same kind of... I guess best way of explaining it was like that same kind of vein. Like, I just never had an interest in any of them. The only one I really did was Bendy, and kind of just because I like old cartoons. Ah, yes, Glam Rock. That's the one I was looking for. Yep, that was the name. You were correct. Look. I could say it right now. I got it wrong. I'm also a bit too old for some of those things. At least the way I always felt about it. That one always kind of felt a little odd to me. But that's because I liked playing the original ones when there wasn't a need for this super mech. Wow, this is a problem, right? And we're gonna die right here. We live? We live? We live. Alright, let's just sit here for a second and just wait. Turn that off. It's gonna keep blinking, it's gonna make it worse. Thank you.
Bye.
We're fine. The damn wolf. Correct. Am I being asked to stream Bendy? I can't. I've already beaten it twice. What's my opinion on that specific Pokemon that I feel like you're making me walk into a trap for? Honestly, I have no problem with it. I like the Pokemon. This is a hot take. I want to make this clear. I drank too much hot chocolate and now I have a tummy ache. Why would you do that? Yeah, I'm not. Here's an actual hot take for you. I don't think Rhyperior needed to be made. I think Rhyperior is really cool. I like Rhyperior, but I feel like Rhyperior did not need to be made. I honestly think that it didn't need to become a 3-stage. Like, I can say, I think Electabuzz to Electivire is incredible, but Elekid, I love Elekid, just doesn't fit the rest of its line almost. Just one of those things. Nothing against the Pokemon. Gen 4, the more I've looked back at it, the more I'm like, man, I love Gen 4. Wow, this is scary. I don't like this Nether. Goodbye, Bite. Have a good one. Wow, I don't like this. Damn it. Slugma? Yeah. Yeah. My arm is numb right now. Tell it to stop being numb. Simple. Go ahead, I'll let you get your childish answer out. Just a rando, go ahead. And then I'll actually give an answer that you probably will like. Or dislike, depending. Sure. Oh, that's me dead. What I can do here, yeah. Because Blaze is punched for fucking 2.5 hearts. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that took a turn.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to the next world. Do I let that through?
I think I had a fair.
I mean, I think it's funnier that it got held. I think it's even funnier that it got held, saying that even YouTube didn't find that one funny, just a rando.
Held?
Yeah, they were using a D's nuts joke.
I know.
Which I think is so much funnier that it just got held and that even YouTube didn't think it was funny. I think for the sake of it, I'll say it like this. I saw it. I knew what the joke was going to be. I think it's now funnier that YouTube just got you instead. Especially with the fact that your message literally says, "I'm sorry, it wasn't funny, I know." Like, the fact that, like, that's what it was, I think that's even funnier about it. Said not funny, didn't laugh. Yeah, correct. And then YouTube made it a funny joke. Anyway. Yeah, no, honest thing for a minute, right? About like Slugma Magcargo. I love the line. I wish there was a third, but there's no way you can improve on Magcargo. Yeah, I see that, but I was looking for a village. That's what I was hoping for. I guess I go check this loot and go from there. Let's go, Lucifer. I hope you hit it soon.
Could totally.
I don't know if I'd want him to have a Mega, that's the problem.
Or like a Gigantamax. I would almost rather him have a Gig.
Nobody loves him enough.
I love him enough. What?
Hurts my head.
Oh.
It's a very bright screen,
I thought
and
you were glaring at me for saying
no,
it
gave me I still have a headache.
Say, you know how much I like Slugma.
No, I thought we were talking about the snowy biome that have nothing in them.
Oh.
That's why you skip them in speedrunning. Dying so much, my shoulder blades hurt so much.
Look away.
I can't. I have to still do the thing. So I have to do the first check. Alright, I'm just gonna do this, because it's quicker.
I'm trying to help you. There's still snow. So you get it out.
Hello, Beanie Gaming. How are you doing today? I will tell you something, Lucifer. I did not expect to hit any of the milestones I have hit so far. That wasn't quick enough. What is stun seed backwards? That's a great question. Why don't you spell it out for me? I really hope that it gets held again. That'd be so much funnier.
Spell.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just, iCup was like when I was a kid. These Nuts is the new one, and they're like the older one, and now it's just 6-7.
Why am I
That's
being
it.
told how to Mega Evolve my Pokemon?
Because they think everyone who plays this game is new. Good, how are you? I'm doing okay. Alright, I'm gonna start deleting this in a minute. Just a small get-together with friends. The person running it told us to follow basically all the rules we did at school. It wasn't the best party. P.S. This was a long time ago. Interesting. Hello. Hello, Tolly. Tolly, I want you to know, because I saw you on Cobblemon, I decided to speedrun today.
That's fucked.
I can answer it. I wanted him to respond first, but now that you've reacted, I have to answer it. Understandable? That's not what I was gonna say. Alright, I'm gonna call on too. Just say you hate us, Lego. I have a ripping headache, and I was not certain sitting on Cobblemon where I might be able to talk to people would be any better.
Oh.
What?
Buy the deluxe, you just get
Hoopa?
yeah. First one. How much is it?
$10 for an unbound Hoopa. That's kind of a deal.
$15.
Oh, they raised it? Fuck them then. Not worth it anymore.
If you want it.
Really?
Have that guy. Yes, you.
Yeah, I'm not doing this world
Eat a
either.
berry.
Can you not see me? I can see you, Jess. How are you doing? I'm sorry, I didn't see any other message if you said it, unless you said it earlier. Hello, Metro.
Sometimes YouTube be weird about
Yeah, YouTube
holding
chat
things.
is a little weird. It sometimes just holds things. I can only check so much. What am I doing today? I once again ask, what is the point of a title? We're doing Manhunt Practice today.
Well, for starters, when you don't get it.
What is the point of YouTube's live streams feature? If it doesn't show the title, why force me to put a title in?
You don't even get it when you press.
YouTube streaming is just so flawed. The title is
You get
typing
it when you
practice.
press description.
That's so funny. It's just wild. Well, because you did not get on, I got a shiny and currently in the middle of catching a legendary. Let's go. I'd see if I go on. If I go in.
What shiny?
If I go on, then Tolly gets tortured. Therefore, I should never play on the server again and should ban myself.
What shiny?
Saw the title on YouTube? Let's go. Mudbray.
Ah.
I
I already had that one.
Just Rando, I have a question for you. Are you just trying to like get around the no brain rot thing by doing like older brain rot? Because like we had this conversation on stream of like old brain rot, old memes and stuff like that are still brain rot. They're just not the same as what we had then.
If it's the Just Random from my chat, they talk in a lot of memes. So
It's fine. Maybe, yeah. You're just trying to get around the no brain rot rule.
yeah, brother, I have to click 5 things.
I'm not blaming you. I'm more blaming the platform. I promise. Not being in last streams late, I've been not okay lately. Well, if you would like to talk about it, Lucifer, you're welcome to. And if your arm is hurting, please take time and go take care of yourself. Take a drink of water. Go step outside. Please don't comment on how pretty the stars are.
No one's gonna get that.
If he's in chat, though, he'll know what I'm saying. And he was in here when we were playing Overwatch.
Was he?
Yeah, he was in here when we were playing Overwatch.
Okay.
You hear your joints actually grown as you move?
Yes.
I'm old.
Yes, he has.
Wait, can I just say, just Rando, did you just mess up your own joke when talking about your half birthday?
They also do that.
See, here, hold on. Saying the only exception is Vine. Vine is still the same kind of brain rot. It's just better than what we have now. Like, I want to make this clear. I don't think old brain rot's bad. I'm just pointing out it's still brain rot.
See, the question then is, does all all memes considered brain rot then?
Yes. Honestly, to an extent, yes. I think this is a hot take. I think any meme that transcends, like, just being a picture, like an old school meme.
The issue is, I would consider more of, like, the MLG, like, edits. That's more so our brain rot.
That is completely fair, and I still think it's better than most of the modern stuff. What is going on? What is going on?
It's a cursed world.
The ocean is spawning. I may or may not have tried to do something. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Lucifer. If you need help, there are people who can help, I promise. What the fuck are you saying, Just Randall? Those aren't words. Those aren't words.
I'm gonna name my next Pokemon Snutter.
You're gonna name it Snutter?
Snutter.
You know, you could get on the Cobblemon server.
I could. I'm also debating if I go play Mugenics.
Oh, that game that I wanted to play, but there's no way in hell YouTube will let me do it right now.
I'm gonna play it on YouTube. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but you are willing to turn off the haha funny thing. I'm not, because I feel like
turning it off.
I feel like Edmund McMillan would want us to have it on.
I'm not monetized on YouTube. It don't matter.
Hello, Callan. How are you doing today?
If I'm not monetized, it doesn't matter if I'm doing something that the monetization doesn't like.
Lucifer, I would like to specifically tell you in this moment that if you need help, there are people who are there to help you.
And resources.
Yes. I want to make this clear. I just don't want to hang on a topic like this for too long, because it can be considered very not great for some people. Some people have it as triggers and stuff like that. So I only want to kind of go into it once and kind of go from there. Not to be rude, not saying you can't talk about it, but I just want to make clear. There are people who are there to help you. There are resources that you should use. Don't take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And I promise everything is temporary. Even if it doesn't feel that way. I will be as, like, blunt as I can for a minute. I lost my father almost 10 years ago. And I'm still here. Lucifer, I'm not just talking about your friends. I'm literally saying there are people who you can talk to. There are resources you can talk to. I promise. I am just a funny, haha, quirky live streamer who has also had a bad time in my life. I am not saying that there is no one. I am not saying you cannot find resources. I just want you to know. You can always talk to somebody. There are people out there for it. I'll break this tree. What do you mean it's not pulled? Just turned off. Ah. It's Overwatch.
Oh.
I had it off because that's an important spot on your screen. Yeah. This is sand? No, this is snad. I don't know what you're on about.
What the fuck?
Hmm.
So this got held.
I'm looking.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw.
You know, I'm gonna ask a really serious question that's gonna come off wrong.
I don't know if it's the same just Durando anymore.
Am I already losing the plot? We have been here for 37 minutes.
It's been 37 minutes.
Correct.
Oh boy.
What was it, Lego? What was what? What was what, PB and Jelly?
Don't worry about it.
Because I'm not reading. The thing's getting held on purpose.
Let's just say Five Nights at Freddy's. That's canon.
Everything's canon. Look, at this point, I've stopped caring. Scott Cawthon is one of those people that makes a lot of weird shit, and he makes it specifically for children, so can't really help you there. I would just want it to stop. I understand, Lucifer.
Can I say a real hot take?
Sure, go ahead. Say your hot take on FNAF on my channel so it can't come back to bite you, SLE clips.
It's not even about FNAF. I was just gonna say about like creators that make stuff for kid shows and stuff. They add some shit most of the time too.
You're absolutely correct because they're all adults making things for children, and the whole thing is most of the things don't start as children's TV shows.
Yeah.
You want an example of one of the ones that definitely looks like it started as a kid show and shows for it?
Huh.
Bluey.
Yeah.
Bluey was started that way and does a very good job at it. I compared Bluey to Wow Wow Wubsy. Oh my god, the amount of shit I got from that.
I like Wow Wow.
Is this the newest update? No. Did you know that ended 17 years ago?
It's that old?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
This is the newest full version, so 1.21.11. This does not have the golden dandelion.
I'm not talking about like the kid shows that are geared more towards adults. I'm more so talking about like the weird like fetish content that's like
on YouTube Kids? Yeah, I don't know.
So clearly there, but it's still a kids show or it's still like made for children. I think that's weird.
Hello, Dyron. Yeah. So long story short, my flight got canceled. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably should have explained that. So yeah, I'll quickly go into that because I know it's something that I didn't explain too much.
I forgot that you weren't supposed to stream today, technically.
Yeah. So today I wasn't supposed to stream because, as I've explained, I've been visiting family, and well, I'm not home. I'm surprised. Wait. So a D's nuts joke got held, but not that? Because you censored one of the names?
And the body part.
YouTube is a flawed platform. Anyway.
Correct.
Oh, fun fact. I have to find another chat box.
Oh.
They can't use any chat box. It shows both now. Apparently, so Nutty, this dude. Hold on, I'm gonna go on a little tangent. I'll explain everything in a second. Hell is Wow Wow Wubsy? First of all, Wubsy, like not Wubby, Wubsy.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know what's worse? Wow Wow Wubsy might be off the air longer than some of the people who have been in my chat have ever been alive. Let that sink in.
Can I?
No. Whatever you're gonna say, no, because you're about to say something mean to Wow Wow Wubsy, and I can't let you do that.
No, I wasn't. I was gonna ask, can I ban anyone that doesn't know what that is from my chat?
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you from doing anything in your chat. I don't know what that is. Please explain. It's a TV show that was meant for kids. You need to turn on the fan on like the lowest setting or something. Hot in here.
Okay.
I understand you're freezing, but like you have my sweatshirt next to you.
Okay.
You can put my sweatshirt on. Yeah. See, Wow Wow Wubsy. Anyway, so Nutty, this dude who makes a bunch of like really important like things for OBS.
Yeah.
Got a warning from Twitch saying you cannot have shared chat on screen because they don't want, and this is what a lot of people are saying, they don't want you to see that they could go to another platform and still have the same kind of experience. So that's fine. It basically means you can't just have them in one chat box like we do.
But
so instead, you could have two chat boxes, and that's okay.
you're also not type of experience.
Correct, but that's different. I think that's what people said. It's just Twitch being Twitch, but that's fine. So he made something. I'm going to show you what it is and not show chat because it's irrelevant to chat, but Eclipse is another streamer. This guy. Should be subscribed to him, yeah. I love this dude. Oh, do I have to go to Twitter? I don't want to go to Twitter. Twitter is such a bad place. Oh, I'm not even signed. Give me your phone. So I know you're signed into your Twitter. I'm gonna say you're on your alt. Yup. This is secret Eclipse.
Okay.
Give me a second. It's just all things I cannot talk about on stream.
Yeah, probably.
Grew up watching the Three Stooges. I still watch them sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. I promise I will get back to reading chat in 1 second, guys. I'll be back. Gotta turn off my oven. Metro, please don't burn down your house. That'd be bad.
Yeah, more normal.
It's fine. I already got it open.
Okay.
Since Twitch doesn't allow combined chats, I made a widget that scrambles messages across the screen instead. And this is what it looks like.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I know. I just noticed that. I looked at this image and never noticed that. That's Albie's. That's my friend.
Oh.
Huh. That's hilarious.
What's he doing there?
Yeah, so, oh no, so Guy got a warning, that's what it was. But so he was the one making a whole thing about it. So apparently, this is how you can get away with it. You can just put one here and one there and it's fine. They just can't be in one combined chat, which now means you can go back to using your normal chat for Twitch.
I didn't ever change it.
I'm saying then you can just have another one. Which is easy because YouTube, I can just use everything the same way I've been doing. Anyway.
Yeah, I can just grab the tiny one. That means I don't have to technically put it on Twitch either. I can just put it on the vertical.
Yep. Hello, Darkest Mark. How you doing today? What do you mean Star gets held? What do you mean Star gets held?
Hmm?
Like, wild that Star gets held. Also, Lucifer, you're fine. I'm not blaming you. Okay, let me express it like this. I'm not blaming you. I'm more saying I don't want to hang on this topic for very long because some people see it as a trigger. I don't want anyone to feel like they cannot sit here, they cannot stay here, they can't enjoy themselves, they can't, anything. I don't want to talk about something super heavy that makes people super upset. That's why we don't talk politics here, whether I agree or disagree with what may be going on in the world, it does not matter. It is not my place to argue politics. And I've said that many times. Not because I don't want to talk about it, not because I think that it's all good or all bad. It's literally just, I don't want to make people upset. And sometimes topics like that can be taken very badly. I myself am not exactly clear of never attempting something. But that doesn't mean that I think that somebody should be blamed for it. So, trust me, you're not getting blamed. Not in the slightest. What does politics have to do?
It was an example.
Once again, I'm sitting here questioning, I can't say anything, because, the whole point, I want people to feel they can be. Alright. Yeah, what I was going with is, right now, politics is such a heavy topic. I don't talk politics. It's one of the few rules I have that I stand by going. I streamed on the day of the election. Or, not the election, it would have been the election, when voting was going through. I didn't watch the results, and I flat out told everybody, I'm not talking about politics. On the day that we in America vote for our president, I wasn't talking about it because I said I don't care. It's a sour subject whether you're on one side or another. And even worse, if you're on one side or not, there are things everybody disagrees with or agrees with, especially when it comes to politics. For myself, I don't agree with every single thing that happens in the UK versus the USA versus, everything going on globally. It's just a sour note. Suicide can be one of those things, and I'm sorry to put it this way, because now as soon as I say it, I have to delete this VOD, which I should mention, because YouTube has a huge problem with it. If you bring it up in anything that isn't a video about it, it basically gets flagged as just fucking bad. Because our AI is really tough on it. The whole thing is, that can be such a trigger warning for some people. I myself have had problems with it. I know people who have had problems with it. That doesn't mean that it's a bad or taboo thing. It's just a very heavy topic, and the issue with heavy topics are some people are uncomfortable by it. It's the same way as, I know people who are uncomfortable with death, and I understand that. As somebody who, has experienced a death in my family that was very impactful, I understand that. But I also sit here and say the people who say you can't talk about your experiences, it's rough. Because you don't want to tell somebody, don't talk about that, that's not something we want to talk about here. It's another thing when, like I said, I'm telling you, there are people to help you. Even if they're not people close to you, even if they're not friends, which is a whole nother problem, and I'm not even going to get into that. The whole point is there are people to help you, and you should use those resources that you have. Anyway, I'm unafraid of death because I simply don't care if it happens. That's not what I meant, but understandable. Let me read chat, 'cause I was not reading chat while explaining all that. I'm sorry. Our server, we went to kill the Ender Dragon. We succeeded. It's way too hard because one of them decided that making a wither was a good idea. I've literally beaten the dragon without dying. Does that count? Oh my god, I'm not doing this. I'm lagging? Cool, let's just reset. Gotta go to bed. Goodbye, Luan. Have a good one. Anyway, I know people who are very afraid of, like, the topic of death, either from a young age when, say, a grandparent had passed or something else. It messes with them, and that's all. That's why I try not to bring it up. Like, if people ask, the only time I bring up my father a lot is November, because we raise money for pancreatic cancer awareness. I understand. It's okay to be in pain. It's okay to feel. One of the most annoying things to be told all throughout our lives is that you shouldn't feel that way. This is gonna come off wrong. I don't care. It's for you to feel. It is so that you can feel. If you don't want to feel it, then you can choose to put up the mask. I will think less of you for not wanting to feel, but that's me. I am very okay with myself at the moment. Hello, Mitsuri. How are you doing today? I'm very okay with myself at the point where I'm not afraid to feel. Hello, Joel and the Animator. How are you doing? This is Minecraft Manhunt? Kind of. We're just practicing some things, so we're just looking for seeds we can just run. That's all. Apparently we're talking about a few heavy topics, so if people don't like it, this is your, kind of your warning. We're not gonna be in it too long, hopefully. But, you know, just going with what we got. The honest fact, Lucifer, you probably did nothing wrong. And pain is normal. I hate to say that the pain is normal. What are you looking up now? Why do you look it up now? You know, if you keep flip-flopping your ideas, I'm gonna take your phone away.
I don't... All expensive.
I know. Fantasy in 121.11 that has 2 ruined portals and a village near spawn. That's cool. I will say, the only reason I'm not looking for set seed is because when we do the manhunts, I won't have that luxury. So it's more of looking at a fresh seed to see what's a no-go versus what is a... The best way of explaining is, what is a, yes, I can run this seed. I didn't use a seed finder. Oh yeah, no, I've found a few seeds just by generating that way. Nothing there. Then what you do, Lucifer, is you go and you make, honest to God, you make an appointment with your principal. And you go tell them that nobody is listening to you, you have a problem. Really, game? Whatever. Not do this. Tell them that they're not and that you want to speak to somebody about it. They'll either take you seriously, or you go through the Board of Education and you go fuck them that way. It's a requirement in most schools. Spawn next to a mansion. Let's go, Dyron. That's some pretty good luck. Of course it held it. Like I said, YouTube doesn't like when you talk about heavy topics at all. Can I just get a good seed, please? Please? A singular usable seed would be very fun. I'd like to not be reloading 1,000 times while I have a fucking headache. Nope. Nope. This is more fun. All paths leads to village. You're fine, Lucifer. There's nothing wrong with it. Also nothing wrong with you, so don't worry. I have a question. How do I pick up my ender chest without breaking it into obsidian? Silk touch. You require silk touch. Let's see if this will be any better. What's up? Can't mind those. But I'll put Silk Touch on my pickaxe. You can go get a book, or you can enchant your pickaxe and try and get Silk Touch that way. How many hunters? 0 currently. This is all just practice. This is all just a practice, so that means you gotta play the game in order to do it. Practicing with a hunter only gets you so far. Especially if a hunter is just on you the entire time, so you can't even get to the point of playing the game. And if you do get to the point where you're actually able to play the game, great. But you don't always get that lucky. That's what I was afraid of. Yes, I did, Lucifer. I did see it. I missed the pickaxe message?
No, they missed it.
Oh, you can go and get it from a, you can either go get it from a villager, or you can try and enchant your pickaxe with it. It is just a chance, though. Otherwise, you know, you get it pretty easy. I get Silk Touch really easily whenever I'm looking for fortune.
Future.
In total, or just now? Because I'll tell you right now, we practiced, the first time I practiced since 116, I practiced with 2 hunters.
So you just said in future,
So the first practice round we had was with 2 hunters. Realistically, I think I can handle up to 3 in an extent. If it just came down to me playing the game, 3 hunters I could probably beat just playing the game. See the crit. That's why you still jump. Well, Lucifer, ah, well. Alright, well, I hit you. That means you must die. Can't tell the others about what I've done to you. Minecraft speedrunner versus 300s in 2 weeks. Good luck. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Let me tell you. You know the hardest part about it? I was going to say, you know, if you're not doing okay, it's okay to not be okay. That's what I was going to say. Like, the issue with the game honestly comes down to the more hunters you add. It's just how much pressure can they put on you before, you know, shit hits the fan. That's what I was afraid of. One of the things that I know I had to practice the most since getting back into it is I'm now less worried about my combat. I am now more worried about my ability to basically to pick a situation. So in all of the practice rounds we had, all of them, including the ones where I had the 1 hunter or 2 hunters, the issue was my own bullshit kills me. I will second guess and sit in a cave for too long. So one of our actual instances where we were playing the game, I sat in a cave for 45 minutes looking for lapis. Solely so I could do the one thing I was aiming for. Yes, Lucifer, I answered. I said, what I was saying was, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay, you don't have to be fine. It's okay to be okay. Or not okay, either. Look, here's how I look at it, SCP. I'm going to say something a little controversial in its own way. I don't care if I piss people off by political views. I don't talk politics because I don't think it's worth it. And ignoring just that, another huge, huge key thing here. I saw you quote it. I know, I'm just answering. I'm also answering on part of that. I'm just saying, you don't have to be fine. And if you're saying it as like, yeah, that means I'm not fine, I'm saying it's okay to not be. There's no reason you should be upset about that. Like, the main reason why I don't do politics is I have friends that I no longer talk to because they cannot accept a different view than what they believe, which is fine. The whole point is you're allowed to make the decisions you think is best. Do I have arbitrary rules that are on my platform and no one else's? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no rule that says you can't talk about your age on YouTube. I just choose not to have. Wow, that's a big village. I just choose to have that here. That's not for my sake. That's for you guys. Does that mean that if you're over a certain age, you could talk about it? Theoretically, sure, but it's still against my rules because I don't want to start a whole thing. That's me. I don't disagree with it. I'd rather have a conversation about something whether I like or dislike it, because the whole point is to have a conversation. The problem I've had is most people who talk politics, they don't want to have a conversation, they just want to scream and shout. There are very few people I will ever talk politics with at all. One of them being my fiance, because even if me and her don't see eye to eye on every single thing, it's not a shouting match. It's not who's the loudest and who's the winner. Both of these blacksmiths have sucked. Not a single one has had iron. They've all just had bread and apples. Anyway. Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't do politics because I don't see a point. If all it's going to be is a shouting match, I'm sorry, here's the easy answer. I turn off chat and I win. That's not fair. That's not a conversation. That's nothing. But that's the honest truth to it all. It's whoever the loudest is. When am I going to get iron? I don't need iron anymore. I've got a bucket, I've got a shield, and I've got a flint and steel. I shouldn't need any more iron, theoretically. Here's the other thing. Once I get the point where I can basically run through the nether portion with no armor, reliably, I should say, then when I have iron armor, it becomes a dream. It'll just become a breeze. Just completely just non-factor then. I have no preference towards them. I use Apple right now. I've used both. I personally don't love Samsung if you're asking like Android versus Apple, like iOS. I have no difference between those two, but...
Also, sometimes the chat just moves too much for him to see every chat message, so as long as you don't spam, you can repost.
Yeah. Also, Lucifer, I have no idea what those games are that you just brought up. I don't know the abbreviations because I don't play a lot of games with them. So yeah, so here I don't need diamond armor. Here's a big misconception. If you're good at it, does not read all my messages to where I need to repost it. It's not true, Tolly. I try. Tolly just hates me today. All because Tolly doesn't like me. What? Like, okay, here's the whole thing, right? If I needed diamond armor, That's not hard to get. The new update has made diamonds virtually obsolete. They're so easy to get. That's the problem. And netherite's not that hard either. I've beaten my own record to netherite so many times, doesn't even matter anymore. Okay, ready? I'm gonna say something on that, PB and Jelly. I completely disagree with you. However, I also will die on this hill. It gives people who are smart enough more freedoms. The fact is, you need to know what you're looking for in order to access some of them, and other things Apple has had. They're just not there for the sake of usability for everyone over a small few. It's one of those things where I've explained it like this. Android is meant for developers, while iOS is meant for the everyman. That is not me saying that Android is bad or iOS is bad. It's just flat out, one is made for developers. Because there's all these extra things you can do that slow down your performance or make your phone run at a different differently than the same phone out of box. While an Apple product, they almost always work identically. That's the best way I can explain that. I like Apple for its ecosystem. I like the fact that my headphones automatically pair the moment I open them, the moment they're on my head, they automatically connect. The moment I put my watch on, it automatically connects and uses my own phone's unlock to let me, do things on my watch. I have absolutely no problem with saying that I don't love the, everything to do with it. But I also think that it's wrong to sit here and say, oh, it's better just because there's more freedoms. There's more freedoms on both of them. But there are certain things that you cannot do on, Android that you can on iOS. There's also things you can do on, you can't do on iOS that you've been able to do on Android for years. I completely agree with that argument. Can't use Apple anymore? I'm sorry. Hello, Jesse, how are you doing? I wouldn't say Apple's more widely known than Android. I think that's a very big misconception. Because people don't realize who owns Android, and I think that that's a very important part. Like, if people knew who owned Android, they would sit here and go, oh, well, that's not the same. Because it's Google. Google's the ones who own Android. So. No, Pixel still exists. It's OnePlus that I don't think exists anymore. Making sure I'm not missing anything. The whole reason that I'm doing... I did grow up on Android, so I might be a little biased. Yeah, you definitely are. I've used both. I know. Well, don't worry. Next time I won't get you an iPhone. I told you can have an Android next time. I already told you that. Actually, thinking about that a few minutes ago. What's up, Bobbert? How are you doing?
Oh, I miss.
Me too.
I miss. Like, it's like... I miss.
Yeah. Me realizing I didn't mine any coal means I'm kind of stuck down here with this, so.
Use your pick.
Eh.
Use your before your wood.
Nah, it's fine. So, I grew up... Originally, my first real smartphone was a BlackBerry. I'm old. Then, I think later on, I had gotten an iPhone, and then I myself bought... I don't remember what Android I had. I know it was running Android Oreo. So there's your answer there.
A brick minute. And then I... like... that I thought... fucking thing.
Sounded mad at me. I wasn't trying to be mean. No, you're fine. No, you're fine. I'm not mad. Like I said, I'm just, yeah, you're right. You're probably biased because you used one first. Like, I used Apple first. I don't believe Apple's better than Android for that reason. I think Apple's better than Android for one reason: usability. Like, my elderly grandfather has one. My elderly grandmother has an iPhone. They both understand it. They tried Android. I tried to convince them to use Android. The problem was, it was too complicated for them. And that's the biggest issue you run into. And that's the problem. And, you know, they're both complicated, but they seem to like gravitate and can understand Apple more than they can Android. I cannot understand iPhone, and that's understandable. I mean, I call you old for that, but that's different. It's also what people are able to do. Like, if you want me to give you an actual reason to why, like, I don't think I can sit here and say Apple is better than Samsung, period. Or, I guess I should say iOS over Android. Because my problem is... No, you're not. Oh, no, yeah, you are younger. No, yeah, you are young. I read that wrong. I'm so dumb. I'm just so dumb. Okay. Quickly, while I remember to answer this, I believe there's also a region bias, Yes, exactly, that's what I was going to say. I was about to say, going on to that, because what I was about to say is another thing. There's a huge issue with the fact that Android is a lot easier to get because it's a... I'm going to put air quotes around this, because it's more open-sourced than iOS is, which means that anyone can make an Android phone, pretty much. Like, you can go and get an Android phone from a no-name provider, you know, from... Or, sorry, cell phone manufacturer in, you know, like, an example, like China, or Japan, or South Korea, things like that. I am not. How old do you think? No, I read that wrong. I want that to be made very clear. The other answer is, and this is an honest take, right? iOS should not just be locked to the one thing. The fact that iOS is locked solely to Apple-only products. Don't most phones get assembled there? Yes. But you could go get a no-name with Android operating system. What I'm saying is you cannot get a no-name with iOS operating system. It's a skin on an Android pack. Which is fine. Not a single issue with that. That's where I was going with that PB and jelly. I was literally getting to that. I don't think it's as weird as people say it is, but it also comes from like a mix of I have now used both. I still actively have an Android and I still actively have an iPhone. For explanation, for my work and stuff, I have an Android. The reason I have an Android is to make sure, or why it's for work, is solely so I can make sure I have both. I bought a cheap Android phone, and then I have a somewhat more expensive one that I bought 6 years ago that still works. And my iPhone is my daily driver. I can tell you from just using it, I would much prefer Android from a developing point of view. If I was making something for a phone, I'm going to do it on Android. Because it's so nice for that. For everyday use and for actual, like, standard stuff, Apple has things I already use every day. That's, I think, the problem. What do you mean it crashed? What do you mean it crashed? Because that's another thing. I will say, iOS is way more stable than Android in every time I've ever tried to use it. So what do you mean by it crashed? Kind of more interested in that now. Well, anyway, like I was saying, the biggest thing is, when it comes down to it, the big thing is price, and the issue with... a big issue with Apple is their stuffs cost too much. It always has. It always will. And I'll completely die on this hill. If Apple's stuff was a little bit cheaper, and I mean like marginally cheaper, not as bad as like people want me to say, like, oh, I'm not talking like hundreds of dollars. I'm talking like 100 or so less. It would be comparable to the early, like the, and I mean this very nicely, the entry-level Samsungs. I had a conversation with one of my friends. Right, hold on. I'll even math check me. I want to make sure. I'm going to check this right now for the sake of like making sure my facts are correct. Okay, see, this is something I knew I was going to bring up, but I didn't want to bring it up immediately, but that's me. Comparing iPhones, and I'm going to say it like this. I'm only going to get into this once because I don't want to start a whole debate over this. The whole phone crashed and the SIM card broke all because I installed one single app. I'm going to tell you right now, that was not a proper iPhone, or that was not running correct iOS, Lucifer. I have literally backported iOS so many times, I can tell you with certainty, that was not the correct version of iOS. It was not up to date. Even if you tell me it was, it means that it was not the correct version. I am telling you this from actually developing on iOS and breaking my phone. Can I have 2 tissues, please? Looking at what? Okay, thank you. I gotta mute mic so people don't hear me blow my nose because I'm disgusting. Hot. Again. All right. So, looking at... Hello, Umbrella. How are you doing today? Did you see the post? What post, Umbrella? Probably not. I'm sorry. I will check it in a minute. Okay. One of the things I have a problem with about Samsung, right? Samsung's bottom tier phone, I should say. No, I'm late. I was busy. No worries, Flame the Goat. You're fine. Is that there are 4 different phones under that same line. Most expensive being $500, while the bottom line for iPhone is $600. I've said it before. I would also happily pick iPhone's bottom tier usually over Samsung's bottom, but that is not just because I have a preference towards which one I'd rather use. It is because every single time I have used a budget Android phone, they have cut a corner somewhere that I sit here and go, how did this get the cut? For iOS, it's like, oh yeah, their screen or their camera's not the greatest. I'm fine with that. Android, why are you prioritizing your camera? Why are we not, I don't know, prioritizing the screen? Why are we not prioritizing the storage? Why are we not prioritizing, you know, the oomph factor out of your phone? Why do I give a shit to my camera that takes a minute to load almost? Why are we prioritizing that camera? That is a nitpick that I've had for years. Anyway, it's my channel. It's not a video. It's a post. I will check it later. I don't know. I'm gonna hop off. No worries, Lucifer. Have a good one. Dude, all I'm good at is making my community leave. Let's go. Anyway. I laugh because it's hard, because it's easier. Hoping that this would have gone down further, but it doesn't, so, you know. Did you like Ella Red? I have them pulled up. I still haven't listened to them. I've really not been on my computer much for the last couple of days. Like I said, I was supposed to be leaving today, and now I'm not, so. Samsung user, I agree with you. Like I said, my biggest thing is, if I were to buy the top-of-the-line Samsung, I think it's comparable to the top-of-the-line iOS device. But that's not a marker I would argue, and then it comes down to just preference. Do I prefer one over the other? The issue is, I don't understand why every Android... Because I've said it before, right? Like, Android has one major issue. It's that it's clunky. Hey, that'll work. Android's biggest problem is that it feels super clunky to people who are used to iOS, because iOS feels so smooth. I want to make it clear. I am not saying it feels clear because, oh, because I think it is. I've used both. I could care less. I could care honestly, which one you honestly think is better. It is all personal preference, after all. Let's quickly do this. Go. I'm a Samsung and an Android. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. One thing, though, is that Androids seem to have a better image editor. Yes, I agree. Like I said, saying it feels clunky to change, though, is not a good argument, as it's clunky to go on iOS from Android. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant, Angel. I use both. I actively use both. What I mean is, Android feels clunky because there are certain things on Android, and this is true for both of them, but Android has done it the most in my experience. They change shortcuts around. I can go back and manually change them, but from swapping from, I think it was Oreo or Lollipop, I can't remember which one it was that I was using at the time, swapping between whatever the next one that came out after, it changed one of the main shortcuts that my phone actually used, which immediately made me angry. That has not happened on iOS since they changed the phone to not include a button. Hello, George. How are you doing today? Yeah, I got killed by a spear. Anyway. That run was so bad anyway. Doesn't even matter. I went through a lot of worlds. What I was going to say... What I mean is like this. I used one phone, updated my thing, and then my shortcut no longer worked on a phone that had it as a button. That was annoying. I'm back. It's been so long. No worries, George. Happens. I'm an Android my whole life until I got a hand-me-down phone. That's understand. I'm doing practice for a manhunt. That's all, George. Yes. Hello, Zeph Yang. Like, here's a really good example of what I mean, right? I mean, I bought a phone. This phone had a shortcut that was very different than normal phones. That shortcut stopped working because Android changed how that shortcut was read. A button on my phone, like one of the, like, not tactile, but like one of the, like, tap functions that you have, like the example, like, you'd press it to go back to your home window or whatever. That stopped working. Simply because they updated the software. It's Yang Z, dude. Call me that to make it easy. Zeph Yang is actually easier for me to say. Besides, Yang Z is something I have to remember that's separate from the existing name. I'm sorry. I never said I could read. Actually, I quite claim the opposite usually. Yang Z is better. It's easier to just raid the name that I see there. Hello, NetMC. How are you doing today? You say it's better, but the problem is, I want you to understand, off of a moment where I see a name, I immediately read the name so I can say hello to you as quick as possible so I can also keep reading more chat if needed. Which means that if your name is not what you want me to call you, I have to remember what you want me to call you, which would be fine. However... it's more that I've got to remember instead of just reading what I see. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. But on tablet, so it feels weird to hold something so small. iPad kid. Anyway. He's an S24 Plus because we got it. A really good deal type of deal. Oh, that's amazing then. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Customer's right in matter of taste. So if you prefer something, that's always, yeah, no, there you go. What I had said, Angel, what I was originally talking about with it, because you had brought up like it's better for like a package editor. I said it like this: Android is perfect for developers, and iOS is better for the air quote everyman, the person who doesn't need it to do everything, but needs it to do what it needs to do. I like iPhone as a daily driven. I use this because it makes my life easier. Call me Umbrella. I think I do. I think that's what I called you. I'm sorry. I try. I try, guys. I know I'm a failure, but I do try. But like the issue is Android is much better for people. I guess the best way of explaining it is for developers and people who make things on the phone, much better for that. iOS is better for the stake of you could basically hand it to somebody and they'll understand the majority of it. Star Wars, as soon as you started, you were already falling off a cliff. Yeah, pretty much. You keep jump scaring me when you read Angel's chats. Sorry, why? Your name's PB and Jelly. I can read. Who's a mobile gamer? Not me. I play on PC. Scary, it's fine. Yeah, let's go. Can I get one good run? Because my head is ripping and I really would like to, like, end stream before my head, like, gets any worse, please. We make an attempt, I guess. Hate this biome so much. Names have the same pronunciation. Interesting. I did probably the hardest Minecraft challenge I could think of and almost failed because of a slight overjump. What challenge did you do, Ned? Done so many overtime, I don't even remember like all of them anymore. Question, can you code something that will spin a wheel and do random stuff every 30 minutes? Probably. That's really easy to code, like, honestly. It's really not a hard thing to program. I just don't... I would probably need a purpose. It's really not a complicated thing to code and get out, but I'm banned on Roblox, so I can't play. I mean, that's probably for the best. Not you being banned from Roblox, I mean just Roblox not being able to be played. Anyway, now that I'm done making that joke again, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry about that. Hardcore, no armor, wood tools only, no bow. I mean, that's not hard. I will say, my issue is I would see hardcore and immediately go, oh, I'm wearing my armor, and then I would just jump off the ledge. I think once I train my brain to not think like that, I think I'd be fine. That's me. I should say the only reason I don't think that's hard is I've spent a long time in my hardcore world. I've spent a whole 100 days without my armor, without using much, and like restarting from the ground up pretty much. I got bored one day, so I basically said, oh yeah, I'm gonna go take off all my armor and use up as much of my XP as I could, and then just kind of went into it. Why do those villages have 2 doors? I don't know. They're weird. The weird Taiga villagers, they're weird. That's what I had an issue with. I'm so used to using armor. Yeah. I mean, you get used to it the more you do things without it. That's all it was. Like, doing it here, where I don't get to put on armor when I do speedrunning and stuff, has reminded me how vulnerable a player actually is. That's so rude, SCP. Why would you bring up numbers? First of all, just to, like, just kind of answer for a second. I don't care who watches. If this was my job and I gave a shit about my numbers more, I would probably do some things that are more fun like that. The other issue is I would not do that every stream. That is... this might come off really wrong. The reason why I don't do a bunch of, like... I guess I would say in-your-face content, the way that everybody else is doing, is I don't want to be part of the problem about, like, everybody's attention spans being completely fucked. Like, okay, we live in a very, very strange world right now, where, like... To say this, like, rudely for a minute, we very much live in a world where I keep trying to do something I know isn't in vanilla, and I keep forgetting it's not in vanilla. Damn. Really stupid. I have to just untrain my brain, it's that simple. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Like, we live in a very strange world where, you know, attention span is so hard to deal with. Like, But I watch Penguin Zero / Most Critical, kind of. Like, we live in a society and everything where, like, you need constant shit. And it's a problem. Not, like, specifically you as a person. I mean in general. We are in a, like, really weird position now where, you know, everything has to be super high action or super high energy or else it's boring to us. I can name a couple of things I do that I'm either scrolling on my phone or something else. Remember Sam Scary, now I'm here as well. Yes, Angel's there. Fear him. It's like, that's the problem. I brought it up before and I'm like, I don't even know if I'd sit here and say that it's just an addiction anymore. It's just, we all feel we need to have that. Why should I? Why should you what? What, fear Angel? Don't worry about it. Not go down deep enough? It goes down pretty deep. Why should I fear Angel? I mean, use a mod. One reason. Hello. Talking about these. Yep. Anyway. Yeah, but I can sit here for like an hour and watch an anime without like many battle scenes against monsters. Yeah. No, like I said, not you specifically. I'm saying most people. We've kind of gotten to a point where, as weird as it's going to sound, like, it's so hard for people to keep attention. Like, I am totally fine with playing a game that I think is not so high attention drawing, because to me, it's not about... I just want to play a game. And sometimes I want to play a game that's just kind of here. If you manage to blunder so hard I can ban you, really must have done something horrible. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, PB and Jelly. That actually keeps you, that very much keeps you in, you know, you keep thinking more than most people do anymore. Like, if you want a really weird example, me and Eclipse, we like to watch, like, we'll watch shows and shit, or we'll watch, like, YouTube videos and stuff while we play Hearthstone. Not because Hearthstone isn't a, ow, my head, isn't a exhilarating enough game. I have to go. Have a good one, SCP. Just one of those things where it's not enough for us to keep stimulated. So we watch them while we do it, but that's fine. I do not watch One Piece, not yet. I keep making the joke I'll wait until it's finished and then maybe I'll watch it, but it's not gonna happen then either. A few of my friends know what it means if I'm watching One Piece, so it's too long. I mean, I don't care about a long show. I rewatched Fairy Tail not that long ago. Me and Eclipse are currently rewatching, or I'm rewatching, but she's watching with me, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because she's never seen it, and honestly, I've seen it before, liked it so much, wanted to go back and rewatching, and I'm like reminded why. How many episodes of what? Watch Maleficent Mistress of Evil. It is top tier CGI. I have seen it. I would not have called that top tier CGI, but I also wouldn't say it's bad. Definitely better than some of the shit we've gotten recently. Oh boy. I didn't grab coal again. He's not here. Not here, Tolly. And she stepped away to go install eugenics. Oh, never mind. She's been playing eugenics this entire time. I'm gonna sit here for a minute. I just love the wings. Understandable. That's a fair point. I am very frustrated. I did not I did not sleep last night very well. I think I went to bed at. Is my head okay? It's pounding, but I'm okay. Thank you for caring, but I'm my head was pounding. It's fine. Sleep. I mean, it's not the reason my head's pounding. I actually went back to sleep earlier today. I've had a headache for most of the day. I thought it was from not eating, so I made sure to get food before stream. Did not help. Thought it was because I was dehydrated. Drank 4 or 5 bottles of water. Did not help. It could be that. It could honestly be stress, which is what I'm afraid it is. Welcome back, George. I'm very worried that it's stress because, like I said, we were supposed to leave today. So I woke up today, got a text from my mother who went home earlier. And basically she was like, hey, just so you know, your flight is the first one to not be canceled out of the airport. I'm like, cool. So we could probably get home. Last night I was on the phone. I was on hold with the fucking airline company for 2 hours. Because they were basically like, hey, we're going to offer a travel voucher because of the winter storm going on northeast. And they're like, yeah, if you move your flight back from anywhere from today to Friday, we'll just waive it. Just, just get it. I was like, cool. So I set it for Friday, mainly because I'm like, an extra couple days isn't going to be the end of the world. Why are your videos people are 8 or 5? Because I don't do this as a job and I don't do things that are super clickbaity, although I could totally do that. I just choose not to. I honestly don't like clickbaity stuff. I think it's really stupid. I think super clickbaity stuff is just kind of hurts it. That's right. I feel like having super clickbaity stuff just doesn't always bode well, but that's me. Like I said, the other problem is I need to get home because I do actually have like video ideas. This computer's not strong enough to make videos and stuff. And as long as my head's feeling better tomorrow, we're probably going to go on Hypixel. So if people are interested in joining us for Hypixel, that would be the point. Should be doing that tomorrow. But another thing, some people just like to come in here and just kind of vibe. Not everybody's here to, like, I know this is going to be super stupid. It's like some people are here because, just good white noise. Maybe you could take a break from streaming unless you don't want to. Okay, here's the issue, right? That's unfortunate. Alright, so here's part of the issue with that. One of the things I've learned over the last month or so consistency is key, especially if you want to keep growing. while this isn't my job, I've said it 100 times and I'll keep saying it. I'm not sure I want content creation as a job, but if that becomes a possibility, I would love to, you know, do that for people. But in that same token, I am not doing this because I want this to be my job. But I do want people to feel they have a place that they can go to. And honestly, the biggest issue is, I know there are people who depend on me streaming so that they have something to, you know, break through their life and everything. Welcome back, Respond. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Like, here's a really good example, right? I feel very bad for the fact that, you know, Lucifer feels like they have no one they can talk to, especially when they're dealing with something that's so, you know, so influential as what they've been talking about. I feel so bad that the only person they feel they can talk to is a creator online. But at the same time, I understand that. Sometimes just having someone to talk to is as important as actually talking about the thing. And not to say that that's, like, me getting, you know, upset about anything. It's the fact that, you know, somebody is having such a hard time being able to just talk to people they trust. If that's what your life's like, then it's not fair that you would not be able to, you know, talk to somebody. I'd rather be that person you go to and it's like, hey, I'm having a rough day. Well, I'm hoping that my stream can just make things a little bit brighter. Literally all. That's all I want. My job as a content creator is to make something that you guys enjoy. And if you guys don't enjoy it, I stand by saying over and over again, don't watch. Not because I don't want you to watch, but because if you're not enjoying the content, don't waste your time here. I've literally said it before, right? I try to be as flexible with certain things as I can. With certain people who come in. Like, I've literally, like, banned members of chat because they just aren't what I want in my community. That's not me saying that I think that they're not good people. I think most of them are children. I want to make that clear. I think most of them are children. But some YouTubers say they're scared of jobs. Yeah, well, they're really wrong for that. I'm gonna die. Never mind, we're fine. Fix that right now. They're afraid of a job, let them be. It's kind of the issue. Once you hit a certain point, it just... Here's the worst thing, right? Bringing up the job thing. I banned someone solely because they would not stop spamming jobless, and I'm sitting here like, I do have a job. You know what it is? I'm a programmer. I'm a freelance programmer. Companies need me, they come to me. Individuals need me for something, I do it for them. Small business owner, I work with them. That's what it is. It also means that my schedule is very flexible because I can do remote. I can work from almost anywhere as long as I've got an internet connection. As long as I've got a keyboard, a mouse, and a good enough computer, I could basically do my job anywhere. Thus, the computer I have here is for that reason. It's not perfect. This thing definitely could use a little more oomph to it, if I'm going to be honest with you. But not for work. For work, it does its job. I barely play games that really give me much of a big pull, if that makes sense. Hello, hello, the Eve's Music. How are you doing today? I never understood the people who are... They just want to ruin everything. They just don't want to listen. Like, literally, we had a member, Ariana, yesterday. God, I just hit the final straw with them. I didn't care. Ariana has gone back and forth from... I'm like 95% sure they're like a 6-year-old with some parent's account. Or they're like an actual person who realizes that they're doing wrong. They just don't care. I don't know how I'm doing. But what's going on? If you want to share, you're welcome to. Today's just been a very deep day for streams, so we're just going to keep going with that, I guess. Like, every time I've had, like, Ariana came into chat for a while, they would, it didn't matter who I was with. If I was playing with Eclipse, whether Eclipse was in the room, whether I was playing with Void, whether I was playing with my friend Dan, and a bunch of people last night, every time it's just, like, them telling me to shut up, whatever, I could deal with it. Tell that person shut up. No, you shut the fuck up. It's that simple. And I run on a very simple system. It's 3 warnings, you're out kind of thing. School's just been long? I'm sorry. Where did I learn to program? I'm self-taught with specifically Java. Followed very few tutorials for it. To better explain it, I learned Java because of Minecraft. I wanted to learn how to make Minecraft mods, so I learned the basics of Java. Once I learned that Java had other applications other than Minecraft, I immediately started learning how to use it for program creation, like executable stuff. Sorry. Slurring on my words. I don't even drink yet. Words. Give me a second. Then I started learning Python. Python and Java are a lot more similar than people would really want them to be, but they do run on different rules, so learning the basics on one was really easy once I had the other one down. For C++ and like the Windows-based stuff, like C and everything, it wasn't as hard. Well, it's not as hard to look things up as you think it is, and it's a lot easier to get started in it than it is harder at this point. And there's so much free like information out there. It's really not hard. So I hope that answer, suffices what you asked. I know it's not exactly what you had asked about, but hello, Chalubi. Hello. Hello. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Hi. If you guys are new, hi, my name's Awsomelego123. I stream just about every single day here on Twitch and on YouTube. I apologize. We've been having some very deep conversations today. Very deep. Yeah, how are you guys doing today? Chalubi, what were you doing today? I'm sorry, I didn't see you were live when I went live, or else I would have had a tab open for you. I'm sorry. Stream's going well? Yeah, it's going okay. We're just doing some running around here. Basically, we're doing some Manhunt Practice, which basically just means I get to play the game and see how quick I can, still play the game. That's all. We're on Fizzcraft. I gotta get back on there. You guys are too cool. I don't know if I have a mod handy, but if I don't, I'll quickly do it. I think somebody got it. No? You guys should totally subscribe to Chalubi if you can. Already done. Thank you. What I figured. I'm just making sure. Wait until I can get my PC. Also learning OBS. Yes. OBS. Wonderful program. It breaks constantly. No, a legend? What do you mean, George? You mean Chalubi Live? Yeah, Chalubi Live's quite the legend. That's right. Stick in there to hopefully get that last piece. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the content, you guys are welcome to follow. If you guys aren't, no worries. I appreciate you guys just sticking around for a little bit. Had it breaking on my laptop? Yeah, it's not... OBS likes to break for me a lot. I have probably broken this program more than any other one besides Minecraft. OBS just does not like me. Let me tell you. There we go. Anyway. We're just going to be doing some more run around. We're trying to find a lava pit first so we can go to the nether, see how well we can do with that. I haven't been very good. Technoblade? I do not know Technoblade. I would have been cool if I did. Tolly, is the next sub goal on YouTube, by the way, 850? Can you check that for me? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to... I don't want to keep pulling you out of what you're doing, because I know you're playing Cobblemon. We all miss him? Correct. This hates windowed programs. There's an easy way to get around that, but yeah, it's not fond of him. I've gotten pretty good at making OBS do what I want it to, but man... It's a dumb program all the same. 850, correct, thank you. I have to have my speech ready. I know the next one for Twitch is 15.5. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Eve's music. In one of his VODs, I know I donated to him. Like, I know that. That is a problem. We're fine now. We are fine. Oh, I'm sorry, Tolly. Wish I could help. I know I'm not able to help anyone through their depression. Bye, goodbye, George. Hope not that made me feel old. Made you feel old. I was talking to George, understandable. Whether we live or lose this one, I'm probably gonna end stream after this, guys. My head is just killing me. I agree with you. Welcome back, SCP. Good luck. I hope that you enjoy live streaming. Not always the, I will say it's not always the most fun thing. I think that's something people got to talk about more often. It's not always the most fun. Also, Chalubi, if you're still here, I meant to ask you about how you feel about the I'm So Sorry tour that Transformers is doing. Meditating. Suggestion, don't have to do it if you don't want. I know people who do not believe meditation works. I also know people who think it's, like, the best thing ever, and I have always said I'm just kind of here. I just kind of exist. If something helps, it helps. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's like people who use ASMR. Sometimes ASMR helps. Doesn't always help me. Sometimes it does. That's all there is to say on that. We'll do this. Clean pants. Hello, collector badge. Nope, no new commands. I promise you'll know when I'm home. I am not home. I was supposed to come home today, which means I wouldn't have been streaming. I promise you guys will know when there's new commands, because I will have something in there. Take a hike, be in nature, it helps. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'll get arrested. Also, that's a good idea. That's a good idea if you're able to, I will agree with. I usually, when I'm having, like, a really rough morning, that's what I do. Let's change that fate. Oh, we're in this one. Yo, love hearts. Let's go. It was snowing. The snow was so soft for some reason. Interesting. Yeah, see, that's actually the reason I'm still where I'm at. I mean, I've never hidden it. All of my time is based in EST, so... I mean, yeah. You would be correct. I don't really hide that part. I tell people flat out what, you know, my time's all in Eastern, so... Hello, Gubby. How are you doing today? Ah, they're alright. I'm confused. It's okay. I'm also confused. I lost the plot a while ago. You're the best. Thanks, collector badge. I wish I could see it. I really do wish I could see it. Okay. That. Okay. Be fine for now. Alright, we're just looking for lava. Alright, well, we'll take diamonds while we see them. It's doing it again? What do you mean it's doing it again? Is it not giving gunpowder? Like I said, guys, I don't know how to fix this. I'm not on my normal system where I have everything running normally. The fact that it's running at all is kind of the most impressive part, I'm going to be honest. Plus, remember, there is a time running. Oh, I forgot to heal. Anyway. Yeah, I need to stop. My head is killing me. I've been live for 2 hours. I gotta find someone to raid. Oh, my head is just pounding. Anybody I can raid? It's magic, yeah. Alright, yeah, I need to end this stream. My head is killing me. I'm gonna go sit in the dark. I'm gonna go sit in my closet in the dark. Alright, we're gonna end the stream. What is that? This is Cybertron, the Transformers home planet. Anyway. I'm trying to think of a place I can go sit. It's just dark. Alright guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll explain more in a post hopefully tomorrow. If I remember to. Good night.